Yo, rocking with the next one. Today, I want to talk about something that me see, something that a lot of y'all might be going through, something that is, I guess we're all going through it in our own personal way, personal journeys, aspect of our lives, and I want to talk about the suffering, the endurance, and transformation. You understand me? First, we start with suffering. That in areas of our lives we identify, we realize that we hurt a lot, and we seek approval. We seek, like, for me, was my esteem. As a man, as a black man, I was a very damaged black man. Not in a not in a bad way. Not like that. Nothing happened to me. As in, just not knowing my roots, not knowing who I really am. But my life was very good. I just had the parents and and stuff. But it's just like it's just like a, what you call it, a construction, like a probably construction work. I can't help it, but like, just areas of your life that need to fill, that need to make sense. Need to there's a certain pattern, and there's a certain areas in your life that need to make sense as into way. And as you get older, you start to realize this. You need to you gotta understand that way. So that's basically what happened to me, and because of that, uh, there's no suffering, but it's just it just takes some time to explore, to find who you are, and to see your calling, see where you fit in, stage of life you're at. If you're at a playful stage, the stage of society, and meet old fashioned, if you're old school. So it's like, this causes suffering. All suffering is definitely suffering. Not all pain in your life is dreadful. There is mild, as I said, there's always mild, semi-spicy, and extremely spicy and hot and terrible. So it's like, everyone's life, everyone turns of the pain is a lot more, and what you do shows it, right? What you have to do in life shows how much pain you go through. And yeah, so that's what we're saying. The suffering, when suffering is different. You suffer a lot, my real esteem and a real sense of ID, who I really am. I'm a man to make sense. I'm a man to be creative, introduce it my own, start from scratch. You give me tools that are, you know, substantial, that make sense, are firm, because I'm a construction worker, so I know what it is to put something together that's firm and all season, and that's my job. So, I'm not a weird person, not about creating something that's not real. I'm not about trying to please the mass. I'm not about, I don't ever like taking someone else's spin off or trying to be like something else, or, being like someone else, or sponging off what somebody else is do, or being a copyright of something, or a understudy, like forever shadow, or like an understudy, right? So that's not me. I'm solid like a rock. You hear my name? Rock Diesel. God given to me, and gonna really rock solid truth. You know what I mean? Like, that's the way I see things. Like, I see things like from the beginning of time. I see the real reason why, but I see things from the beginning of time. That's how I see it. So you as just giving myself an example is why you ever suffering areas, why you need God's help to boost. You need to go through a sense of everyone, what the areas that they feel pain in, they need to strengthen or fix. So before you're damaged, you need to fix before you strengthen. It's like your arm. You can't lift heavy weights with a broken arm. You gotta fix your arm 100% first before then you lift weights. So that's what, the endurance will kind of hurt you a lot more than suffering. You suffer the damaged area. So the common sense would say fix the damaged area right before you do anything. You just cause more pain and more pain and more pain to the point your arm don't even work no more. You don't want that to happen in your life, right? You can go no further, right? You don't want that. You don't want it in your life. So when you realize a damage area, pray to God, the Almighty, and let Him orchestrate a damage area in your life, right? Before you apply pain and apply flow, right? Like a pipe, the pipe's crack has a leak. Turn off the water. Period. Cut off the pipe, cut off the area, and apply a new one before you keep pumping water. It always leaks all the time. So, and then comes the endurance of enduring that, and in the stamina, that's when it's fixed, and to go back it all over again the right way. And now you kind of have build endurance. Where it says suffering endurance builds character, and then the character is a transformation, right? The character is the transformation. The final stage is like the papa, like the butterfly, and it finally, because you didn't want to see how brown, you didn't want to see how that stage and other animals kept interfering with that. And Star Trek: The Animal Kingdom is very savvy. The Animal Kingdom use animals to explain us as human beings because we're a form of animal. Explain that some people are very. You see rodents go up trees, right? There's always pests. Moths always surround themselves with flies. There's always moths always come around flies. Moths always you know um, bugs and mosquitoes always go on the fire. It's like fire burns back. You know what I mean? So it's you understand me? Like, in life, pests, you have bad influence pests around you, and bad influence, horrible, and you don't want that around you, right? So in life, they're saying you don't want that, right? And this is the endurance stage. You're enjoying things. We call it endurance, resilience, pain, going through this. And I went through this and going through this now in terms of me, becoming a man 100%, as a black man. You know what I mean? A lot of black people, like say this, a lot of black people are damaged. You know what I mean? Like, I know different races on here, YouTube, whatever, but I know a lot of black people are damaged. Religion damages you. That defensive, disgusting religion damages you, especially for black people. You gotta come out with that and study the ways of African, study the ways of the ancestors. I'm not saying that it's gonna cause world peace. There's nothing you can do in life to cause world peace. That's God's job. I ain't doing Jesus' job. I ain't no Jesus. I ain't no Jew. I ain't from no Mediterranean. I black. I from the Caribbean, Afro-Caribbean. So I tell you, those watching my thing, let Jesus Christ and God do His job. God and Jesus had to do His job for me. You understand me? Because when you want me Jesus, you're gonna be the Judas and a Thomas. And every Jew had to do the Judas and a Thomas. This one guy who said, I just don't like, I'm tired of men like you. You always think that you're the way. You always think that you don't even care if John the Baptist is you, just tired of you because you think everything revolves around you, and he's got doubts things about you. That's doubts, and it just doesn't like your way and goes another way all the time. He or she is that's his life. It's just painful like that, and that's his whole life is. And that's why he's saying like, don't worry about people when you're going through this. Whatever stage you're suffering, emotionally, logically, spiritually, realistically, financially, whatever area you're struggling with, don't look for people because they'll drive you crazy. They'll drive you crazy. I'm telling you, you're not gonna like it. Right? You're not gonna like it. So trust me, do it for you. Whoever loves you, whoever respects you, whoever accepts you, whoever like feels the pain and sign we're going through, them's the people. Right? I'm not perfect. There's no such thing as a hero and a villain. A villain just takes and hurts people. That's the honest truth with a villain. A villain is just of the flesh. It's like an overlord. I'm sorry, I just want to hurt people, want to put them down to get my way. That's the only difference between a villain and anything else. A hero, a god. I'm sorry, anti-hero. All these. If you watch anime or like, if you watch DC, Marvel, the only difference, because even heroes could get a little nasty and have to. Even when you think saves you, could kill you. You think was a star, dies out, and there's a nasty side to them. Every single person. I'm not one to find no trash on them. I'm not one to I don't even like videos like that. People have to find crap on these entertainers. Like, hey, go do something productive with like 10 minutes of your life. Making a video on this one guy or woman that you just don't like. And you're so in detail. It's ridiculous. Like, even I hate that. Like, Jesus, man. You gotta go on YouTube. Like, it's just go ahead, get a life. Seriously, get a life. So they said, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying not to go off topic, but in the suffering and endurance to build, transformation, this is what some people go through. And they said, like, I'm a huge fan of you walk a mile in a man's shoes. Don't ever criticize a man till you feel his pain. Man, I have mad respect for people that might have a different, because it's like, yeah, you want to feel this pain another way, think it's easy. Look how you was get. Trust me, this endurance, when you get a little piece of how you get. This suffering, this pain, damaged area, look how you would get. You see, you can sit on and laugh at these, but the day you feel their little piece of pain, the day you feel their coldness, they burn a cold, and you're iced out. You like to ice, remember you get iced out now. You like to blaze fire, the day you feel their pain. You put up a metal wall, but when the metal wall's put up with you can see their pain, you can see what you get. It makes you respect people that go through that crap and come up better. That's what I'm praying, speaking on you guys with myself. They had a terrible ID because they come from a whole island that likes to copy and be everything else but themselves. If you're black, you wish you were white, light skin. If you're like me, if not, I don't say light skin, light brown. If you're light brown, you get called all half white crap, all this and that. And then boy like you in Africa, all kind of foolishness. I'm not joking. I come from a culture that's horrible. You understand me? I mean, it's good in some ways, but there's a good and bad. But the bad I find is like it's not was like living and only knowing the tree trunk, like only knowing the bar of your whole life. How would you operate? Like that's not be trained to know the roots. Only some of us know the roots, the African roots, which will make actually a little better, make the tree more common sense. Imagine that. So it's like there's good and bad in every place, but there's some bad is kind of bad. So as I saying, like as they say, when you're in something, you don't really understand how bad when you live out. I can't have to go and you don't understand then. So as I'm saying, like being bad in the bad is normal, but then being bad in the world where it's good, makes sense, common sense, godly, what you're supposed to be doing, then you see what I mean. So as I said, like you could be bad and bad. Being bad is no normal, but then you're bad or on good, or who don't like bad, period, who's do good and who like bad. So it's like, you guys what I'm saying? So I'm saying like the suffering, the endurance, the and then here comes the transformation by God. Here comes transformation from suffering, no that damage area, no endurance to fix it up. No, I know here comes the transformation where you can lift that weight and not feel that pain again. It's been damaged these areas where you can understand, you can communicate, you can withstand, you can I don't have to be those people anymore. Whatever whose girls are watching, whatever, you don't have to be someone anymore. You know what I mean? Guys who have a pain too, guys have that too. Come from a very feminine culture. So, you don't have to feel that pain. And it's no insult. I'm just saying the truth. So, you know what I mean? And it's not good. You have to feel that pain no more. And it's not good to live backwards. It's not for a woman to be like a man, the man be like a woman. It's not. It's what you don't make sense, right? It's not good to be copying another person. You're not that. You won't get treated the same way, right? So you don't have to go through that, right? There's certain things that need to be fixed. So then you go through the suffering, endurance, then you produce this proper character, which is transformation. The real character chooses transformation, right? And that's what you need to be on. You want to be on this transformation. You want to be on good transformation. You want good things to happen in your life. You want success. You want prestige. You want to you want to go up there. You want to be all of that. I mean, or whatever is going on. Everyone's life is different. Every nature element is different. I don't know that's the same. Like everyone's nature element is different. Or change. You want to change. You need They may need a reconstruction, deconstruct to construct, then build back better. Like, you know, like everyone's life is different. So I can't say like, you know, a volcano isn't the sun. So everyone, like, I don't know, just your nature, who you are, your mind, your emotions is different. But praying to God makes it a lot better, and it gives you, because man does everything by how they feel, they think, what's said to them, how they're raised, and they stick to that for the rest of their lives. What they're influenced around, and they stick to that. But God does not do that. He didn't do that for King David. He didn't do that for Joseph. He didn't do that for Samson. He didn't do that for John the Baptist. He didn't do it for Jesus. He didn't do it for Moses. Moses was a leader. I had to lead people that still didn't listen to what he said. God told him actually writing on a scroll, and people still didn't listen. He doesn't do it for certain people. So I'm telling you, is why the importance of going to God sometimes, and not your family, friends, what you think and feel about yourself, what people are telling you. God, and write it down. So you go through the suffering properly, the endurance properly, and it produces proper character. See that you are this. Because if it calls for power, release that power. If it causes for keeping that frame. If it calls for knowledge, you know you come in without knowledge. If it causes you to, whatever we gotta do, whatever you gotta do. Right? So as I say, just continue to suffer, endure, and produce that character. Right? Produce it. Go through it, man. Produce that character and go through it, right? Don't mind people, man. This is a cutting off season. If people ain't good, cut them off. This is no nonsense. Cutting off the bad vines and trees, chopping that off. You're growing. Be the best version of yourself and produce the best fruits. So cut off the bad. Cut it off. If I know if some of you had to forgive an old friend, female in the past, you know it's good, but show that you forgive them. But you don't need that in the past anymore, man. Some people you can't change your spirit, soul, and heart. Your mind, you can be like Winter Soldier, you can be seriously mind duped. Like, I understand what that feels. It is one, I understand what Winter Soldier feel like. Coming from Barbados, not even know African Barbadian, like African Americans, that's way then you like certain things. Ours was drawn to African by my soul, not what he like or my soul, right? You understand me? I understand what it's like. And a lot of them, some people are not raised to just think and feel, but it's not here. God put here in, I breathe the breath that caused the dust. You see, if your brain's just all dust, your brain's just all look, your brain is just all, it's not the breath, it's not the spirit, it's not the heart. I hear as substance too, right? I'm not all here all the time. Like common sense would say, yeah, obviously, 2 plus 2, obviously. You understand? I'm not, I'm not ignorant, but I'm saying, at the end of the day, you can't live life by how you're influenced. You can't say that. You can't live life by you definitely can't live life by your family. Man, I mean, love your family. Say to them, Bible says, oh yeah, respect your mother, but you can't just live life what they say. You understand me? Because if someone comes in their time and says, if someone researches beyond them or their time too, and they're old fashioned as well, they can counteract and say certain things as well. You understand me? That has too much influence on people, your family, what people think and feel about you, and what you're raised around. Obviously, from the hood, obviously, if you're in the streets, like if you're from a mad place, from a wild place, but that does not define you. Doesn't mean you're wild. Can you handle wild? You can handle when the streets get hot. You can handle hood. You can handle real hood crap when guns coming out. Is that you want to be something to all, like every, not even all, like every single aspect. So that's the thing you gotta think about. That's what, no, God, as I say, I don't like the fact that God changes people, everything about you. God takes out the negative and brings the positive, and God, you know what I mean? Everyone is this different. Some people are delivered different. Some people, you know what I mean? Some people get baptized by the fire, the water, and the metal. It's really three very righteous elements. Very thunder too. Very certain things. There's very righteous elements to say what is seriously needed. You know what I mean? Fire is seriously needed. Presence. Fire does too much. Fire does a lot. I mean, augment. It does this. It purifies. It burns. Water too. Water just purifies, it cools. When you're working with metal, it cools, it relaxes. You understand me? It pushes you in areas to see where you fit in, where you're not iced out. Obviously, water is fire, it's ice. Where you flow, you're not blocked out, right? Where there's fire, there is hellfire. Where there's a righteous, holy fire of earth heat to help you move. There's demonic, there's the demonic fire to burn you and hurt you all the time. Always to get on your case and hurt you, right? Where there's rusty, old mad man, iron messed up mindset. There's pure silver, pure gold, pure hardened metal is made to endure, made to even stand against resistance, could stand high, ridiculous temperatures. I mean, ridiculous temperatures and not melt. Yes, every metal can be damaged. It can somewhat melt to a certain degree, but it's not going to break and fold. It's not going to reform to a pattern. You don't want that. You want to be at the best. You want to be at the best resistance you can be, the best properties you can be. That comes with suffering, the endurance, and the transformation that you need over your life. Right? This is an urgent message. This is a serious one. You need to go through that suffering, endurance to produce, make the right decisions. Always go right, be the sheep. Right? Always take a step. Always be risk taking. Listen to God, because your family ain't the same. Right? And the reason why is that whatever God put in your soul, your spirit, and your heart is not the same as your father, mother, and your sisters, your brothers, whatever, your cousins around you. You understand me? Just because the decision does not please someone else doesn't mean that you're doing wrong. It doesn't mean it doesn't please someone else. There's some people, they're fighting themselves at this point. They're not fighting you. If you got God in your life, you can't be fighting this. They're fighting themselves at this point. They're literally fighting themselves. They're hurting themselves. Right? Their tech was off. Right? Your minds, what they think is off. No, it's off. No one's perfect. If angels could fall, study angels. Study angels. Angels could deceive man. Angels went against God. Angels fell. Angels use free will and do it. They had to do. Imagine man. It's hard to be disciplined under God. It's hard to listen. It's hard not to be influenced. Because when you gotta literally physically fight, or you gotta remember, like, more remember what God put on that scroll. Because people still getting here, like, telling me, Moses, like, listen to me, I tell you what, God, let my people go. Do not mind Egyptians. Move from them. Stop minding tech. Tech created by this mind and this and physical, and it's just, you know what I mean. Your personality, MBTI, the analysts, the humanitarians, the ENF this and ESTJ, and that's all your brain. That's just all okay. That's how you function. The phlegmatic, monoclinic, all of that. That's all you. That's what God tell you. Because when it comes to your spirits you have. When it comes to the soul of a black person, the soul of a white person, the soul of an Indian, the soul of a Filipino, right? We can't be the same. Even black people soul different. That's a fact. That's a serious fact. Oh, trust me, talk to American, African Americans. Let them tell you. When your souls, whatever you, different. So you see this Black Panther, you better watch that. You see that you better watch that from doing our own people. These souls could be serious different. You understand me? You gotta pick. I'm not saying one's bad, but you gotta choose who you like and who you resonate with. Here, I'll never say that the African way is the best way. Yeah, I made a video saying that in my mind, my perception, it's because, well, yes, I am a man to martial arts. I like Afrobeat, dance, or anything, soca. Coming from Barbados and coming in the real world, there's certain things I believe that will help protect you and keep you guarded and safe. A righteous way of living. I never said that it's the best thing in the world. Man, I love us American things, man. I love other things from Caribbean too. I love even some things from other lives mattering as well. I never said, oh, this is the best way, is on top of everything I see. I never said that. Because I've been to Africa. I don't know how perfect, I don't know what's going on there either. I just said in certain things I just find it's better. Like his as a construction worker is like with the best metal. I'm sorry to say it. Like the best foundation. I just find that certain things from certain cultures, I find the roots coming from the island that does not have any really, because the island is just a branch from something. The Philippines is just a branch of Asia. So he and she gotta go to Asia and find out what's going on then, because they only got their own brain. I don't want that. So I unfortunately can't go to Africa. It's a lot of money. So like someone taught me at Spain, and yes, everyone has the internet, everyone has tech. This is all part of suffering endurance, whatever you're suffering with. Just using my example. Because I don't want to be suffering the wrong way. I don't want to be enduring the wrong crap. I don't want to be feeling pain. I can't fix it. I don't want to come out the wrong way. You want to transform the best way, God, the way God has you. So you have to talk to God and not people in tech. Don't mind tech. I can make anything on tech. You know what I mean? Hey, devil made hell with fun. The fallen angels made the earthly way a way, a fallen way the way. You fall and then you don't repent, and here you got a lot of power too. So that's a way too. Maybe y'all can make a way. What's God's way, right? So suffering, endurance, and character. It was all about choose God's way. Love y'all.